Another day, another thought. Welcome all to another edition of the Double Touch Show. Hope you guys are doing well. As you guys know, I'm RJ here together with my co-host KR. KR, what's up, man?
I'm doing okay, man. It's gonna be a fun show today, I think.
Yes. Well, I think so too. Hey guys, thanks for everyone that's checking out this show. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the Double Touch Show. Remember to like the video, remember to share the video, and remember to comment as well because we want to hear your thoughts and opinions on the topics we discuss, specifically this topic, which is a very controversial topic these days. And of course, last but not least, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us with growing the channel and reaching our goals, reaching the goal for the channel, increasing or bettering the production, and so on and so forth. Before we proceed, the usual disclaimer. Remember that this is an entertainment show. We're just here to discuss trending topics and provide entertainment. We do it in a light way, light humor. So if you're looking for advice in your life, maybe you're lost, this is not the place to be. Seek the assistance of the professionals that you require. But for everything else relating to entertainment, we welcome you to the Double Touch Show. You want to know more about the disclaimer? Check it out in the comment section below. We have a very
Yeah.
interesting topic for you today, so sit back, relax, and enjoy today's show.
Yes. Today will be an update show. Before we continue, guys, if you're a beer drinker, pop it open and enjoy one with us.
With you, I'm not.
The first one of today.
Enjoy one with them. I'm good.
I think it's a Miller one, but
I have. I think I have some scotch here somewhere.
I'm still talking pretty well. So it's one first. Let's see, guys. Let's see. As we always say at the Double Dot Show. By the way, RJ, thanks for the housekeeping, the disclaimer, and the disclaimer. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Now it's the right one. It's showtime, guys. Yes, it's showtime. You already see it. Pop one open. Let's enjoy today's show. Today we're going to be talking about a business. It's a business show today. Why do you look so worried, Archie?
Well, you took one sip and couldn't even do the intro right. So, I mean, the beer is intoxicating, man. Well,
Oh,
not
no.
intoxicating. It's not intoxicating. It's toxic. But let's go.
Well, I pressed too early, guys, because the thing he's referring to, because I can do it again. The only thing he's referring to is I pressed.
Bora! Hora do show!
That's the only thing. So I pressed it a second too early.
You
And
never did. You never made that mistake. That's all I'm saying. But let's go.
man, come on, man. What are we talking about? But today is a business show. And as we always talk about business, it's
Let's face it, if they took care of business, I'd be out of business. You know what I mean?
we wouldn't have a show if they were doing it right. Or maybe sometimes if they are doing it right, we can do a show as well.
Yeah,
But
well,
as
it's
you
not that people don't like those type of shows, right? It's like they don't like we've done shows about people doing things right.
yes, and
But
everyone wants to see the train crash.
the
No one
ratchet,
wants to see, well, no one wants to see someone doing good.
yeah.
That's life.
Shame on you guys.
Yes. We do great shows about great situations, and no one is watching.
Mm.
So here we are, watching a train crash with you guys. That's a Miller, by the way, guys. In today's show, we're gonna, as I said before, we're gonna do an update show. In the past, we already talked about Bud Light. We talked about how it all started. We talked about what happened and where it's going. And today's show, we're going to give you an update. So, what happened since the last show? And what was the last show? Guys, let me share my screen with you. The last show, we talked about Kid Rock, who might still be selling Budweiser and Bud Light at his honky tonk bar. RJ, want to say something about that?
Yeah, we talked about it. You made an interesting point last time about perhaps him or his bar signing possibly signing a contract in which it stated that he had to, or he has to sell the beers. So maybe he signed something like that in the past. We don't know. Another thing is that perhaps he's not serving it actually, but it's still on the menu because it's an old menu. They never changed it. But that's something that we will never, I mean, not we will never know. I don't think there has been an official statement made by Kid Rock yet regarding the rumors that he's, or rumors and or stories that he's selling Bud Light and Budweiser despite making, despite shooting them down as in the form
Come
of
on, bro. Come on, bro.
in the form of a protest. Yeah, but
It's only
didn't say
5 minutes.
no, it's cool. But
Okay.
it's but yeah, so it's we don't know, it's not clear yet, but it's like Schrodinger's cat. The beer might be there, the beer might not be there. We don't know.
Yeah, so what we also talked about in the previous show is the fact that the sales are declining. Both in the 4th of July weekend, it was apparently cheaper than water. They were still doing their campaign because in the previous show we talked about their campaign. They were doing, I mean Budweiser and Bud Light were doing their biggest summer campaign ever in order to redeem themselves from the mistake they made earlier, the business mistake. It's also the name of this playlist. It's called Bud Light 2023, the Summer of Redemption. They are throwing a lot of money to promote and gain back the market share they have lost the last few months. And losing they did. A lot of market share, actually. And of course, in the playlist, you can also see how it all started. But let's take a look at the market share that was lost the past few years. So this is what Bud Light's market share looked like in 2019. They were dominating. As you can see here, Coors was not in the neighborhood. Miller was not even seen other than upstairs around Buffalo or New York. And you can see Corona dominating LA, but also Bud Light being a lot of it in LA. So they were basically dominating in 22 states, where Coors had 3 and Miller had 1. Corona had 2. Right now, it's totally different. According to this Outkick upload, Modelo is dominating the South. Orale, with, of course, it's a Mexican brand, so it's really very popular near the Mexican border, I guess. We have Coors Light dominating Central, Miller Lite as well, and Huling dominating the New York area. And Michel somewhere in Alaska, I guess. They like the Michel up there.
Mhm.
RJ, you want to say something?
Yeah, you said the South. So the Modelo is in the South, but it's also in Hawaii. That's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's
Hawaii as
very,
well. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
no, yeah, but yeah, so we showed this graph in the past, the last graph. We didn't show the previous one. This gives you a clear and clear view of how the market has shifted in the last couple of months. And it just goes to show you you can have a good product, you can have good clientele, but you make one thing or a mistake in the eyes of your customers, and everything can change. Sometimes you will try to avoid it by moving more diligently as possible. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it went horrible, as is seen on the graph. But yeah, we would need to wait and see whether or not this will remain the same. So whether this change is a definite change or a temporary change, or whether, or at least a better way to formulate it is to say whether it's a permanent change or whether this is just a phase. Sometimes some people, they have phases where they'll date someone their parents don't approve of. Some people dates people their wives or husbands don't approve of. And yeah, maybe it's just a phase.
Just make sure that before you add an additional girlfriend, that your wife press on the like button. That way, everyone is happy. I think that's what RJ is trying to say.
Let let's continue. Let's continue.
Putting words into his mouth. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to answer it because he knows I'm trying to set him up. Guys,
KR likes setting KR likes setting me up. He creates a scenario. It's basically uh, damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. And then he says, he asks, RJ, your thoughts?
yes, yes, yes. It's all fun and games, guys. But Modelo has been taken over in June, as they say, for the second straight month. Modelo was America's best-selling beer, according to data released from the consulting firm Bump Williams, accounting for 9% of all sales. It recently took crown from Bud Light, which saw its market share drop to 7%. So they are not the king anymore. As the streets also says, Bud Light controversy opens the door for new king of beer to take over. Question is, of course, was it could Bud Light have prevented this, or was Modelo already going through and taking share with or without, and this was just only a additional blow to their market share?
Yeah, that's a good question, because sometimes, well, they say never waste a good chaos. And sometimes
Crisis,
you
right? Crisis.
crisis, yeah. Well, I was thinking, yeah. I misspoke, because I was thinking what the results were of the Bud Light campaign, chaotic, but it's actually a crisis. So basically, never waste a good crisis. And sometimes you have to just, sometimes the market is crowded, or there aren't any more clients to take, but you just need to position yourself. Just like use the analogy of being a bench player on a basketball team. Maybe you get 5 minutes. Maybe you're the third string point guard and you don't play at all. But if you just keep working on your game, working on your handles, at one point in time, the first string or the second string will get injured, and you will have an opportunity to showcase your skills and hopefully stay there permanently. Or maybe another team will draft you because the team you're on is too good. But as they say, stay ready, so you don't gotta get ready. And Modelo might have stayed ready.
And not only Modelo, also Miller.
Yes.
They were ready. Yes. Taste of freedom. No, I'm just kidding. Bud Light is not. Oh, let me share my screen with you guys. Forgot to share it. Bud Light is not undermined. Troubled beer's market share in North and South Carolina have fallen from 20% to 12.5% since controversy, but remain steady at 12%. So there is not a lot of it seems like it has been stabilized.
Yeah, they've not. I would use the word plateaued. Yeah, it has
They have
plateaued.
reached the bottom. There is
Seems
no
like
more bottom.
yeah.
Though you always have people who will buy it, who don't really watch the TV, and then they will buy it, or they
Some-
don't care.
Yeah.
They
Or
are
they-
just addicted to the Bud Light brand.
Yeah.
It's the best brand. That's the one I drink. I've been drinking it for 30 years. Why should I change it?
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good. Some people do think like that. Yeah.
Yeah, there are always people that are brand loyal. You cannot remove that.
Or yeah, and it's just like irrelevant as well, right? Let's say I like driving a certain car, and Robert has the same car. Robert, I'm trying sitting here fighting for my life.
Oh man. What's late? Which Robert are you talking about?
Robert
If
or
you
Bill
think,
or Bill, who knows? But
well,
the
he's referring to Robert, the well-known singer, Robert Kelly, also
yes.
known for his song, um, Your Booty, Your Booty.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yes. He's well
So
known, but continue, RJ.
yeah, so you, I was saying, yeah, but not because, but it's not. Why would some people think? Why would I stop driving a car or driving this car just because that company, let's say the car that I'm driving, the brand that I'm driving, sponsors Robert? I like the car. It's comfortable. It's fast. It's stable. It's secure. Why wouldn't I drive it? And some people feel the same way about their beer.
Yes, and that's not gonna change, guys. As much as you want to push for a boycott, some people will not change. Some people do change.
Dylan did.
And I'm the anyway. Guys, talking about Dylan and the Dylan community. Some people do change. And a lot of people, we talked about this in the previous show as well, where we had the split. We asked ourselves, why did Bud Light wanted to split their audience? Why not just keep talking about beer uniting people rather than trying to uplift or focus on only one part of the customer base? Because it really had a obvious backlash. They split their customer, where you had people who were not agreeing with the message and people that thought the brand was basically uplifting them, suddenly not supporting them anymore after they dropped Dylan. Of course, as RJ already said, in a moment of crisis, there is always opportunity. And sometimes those opportunities come in different colors. In this case, CNN dropped an article basically announcing a new canned cocktail that wants to be anti-Bud Light. So
Anti-Bud Light?
it says
Yeah, but I'm just curious to know what they mean by that.
they are promoting the community instead of trying to break it. I think that's what they mean by that. Can scroll down a little bit. Launching Thursday. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can also read it. Launching Thursday is a brightly colored canned vodka soda beverage that proudly displays who it's for instead of backing off from support of the LGBTQ community, as other companies have done in the recent months. I don't have shots fired, but basically this is a shots fired.
Yeah.
This is a whole clip, and they put. Yeah, that's the one. They put a link. They put a link in there. They put a link on the other companies. Let's see what other companies they are referring to. Target removing. Oh, they linked to Target. They didn't link to. This is bad journalism, guys. Because they are they are referring to Target. It's obviously that they are referring to Bud Light, because in the next sentence they say the following. In other words, where Bud Light has buckled under pressure as bigotry grows against the LGBTQ community. Can we say the word on YouTube? Let's call it water. Let's call it water.
GW.
G water. G water. It sounds like a water.
I mean,
that
if
was released by the top G water.
you can just say that's not an issue. It's just gay water.
Yeah, just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. But wants his new boozy brand to be the antithesis of that. Why would they put anyway? They wanted to just link to another article. So yeah, they are right now the new brand on the block. A bit slightly different brand, to be honest. It's not beer, it's vodka with soda in it. So maybe it's a probably different target group.
Well, you remember the first reaction I said I had? My first reaction was, is that's yeah, and without it sounding like a generalization, because there are differences, but are they the vodka and what is it? Vodka and soda or something? The vodka and soda seems like more some. I mean, seems to fit best in that. I don't know. For certain,
it's a club environment. So basically, in club, you will find people drinking more heavier stuff than beer in general. A lot of time.
But not only that, it's sweet. Beer isn't. Not everyone is a beer drinker. I'm serious, man. Some people drink beer, others don't. And what people always misconstrue is that they make it seem as though it's like one community, but it's like different community. So maybe if they do research, they will find out certain groups mostly drink wine, others drink beer. So that's what I'm saying. And beer is something that it's not everyone. A lot of people like sweet things. They don't like beer and whiskey and they like vodka.
Just like grandmas like sweet boys.
I'm not talking about that. Where you going with that? Trying to set me up again. Trying to get me to say yes. Yeah, get away from it, man. Get away from it.
I don't like that kind of talk.
Get away from it.
That's oh my god.
It's a trap.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Continue.
Yeah, so this beer, this water, the gay water, seems to fit more to the club environment, happy environment.
Yeah,
It has
makes
the
sense.
colors as well. It has the colors as well, although each group is separate, they each have their own challenges, their own beliefs, etc., and so on and so forth. The color might be something that might be appealing to a majority of them. So I'm not into um, into the psychology of colors and fonts and those type of things, but I do know that companies spent millions of dollars in research
Packaging
and development to see what works and what doesn't. So yeah.
and packaging, yes, in packaging, they are spending a lot of money in finding the right colors that appeal to the customer base. Let's see how Gay Water will perform, of course, in the upcoming months. We wish him all the luck because as a new product, and it's not because of its target group, but as a new product, you always need luck to find the customer base that wants you and your product. Good luck to them. And of course, as we always say at the Double Thought Show, I cannot find it. Anyway, guys, are you searching for something? Wow, man. Anyway, let's continue.
Let's
You want to
continue.
press something?
No, that's good too.
Okay. Let's continue with how everything has been going. Because one thing we talked about last time, but we didn't look at other brands, was what is the cheapest beer out here? Of course, I bought my Miller Lite so I can enjoy with you guys. But what is the cheapest? It's by the way, it's Miller, not Miller Lite. Could I have been finding a cheaper brand to drink with you guys? Let's take a look. It's a long list, guys. It's a long list. And it goes from basically natural ice going for $18 for a 30 pack to Bush being $19 for a 30 pack. Miller High Life, $20. Pabst Blue Ribbon being $20 as well, 21. Rolling Rock, $22 for a 30. Miller Lite, $23 for a 30. And Miller has been gaining a lot of ground on Budweiser and Bud Light. Budweiser, 23. But guys, don't forget, last time around, we talked about the rebates and the campaign that has been going on. If you take a look at the playlist, we have actually a whole clip about this. Because it says, of course, $23. But if you take a look at this one, you can also see that you get $15 back. So in actuality, you're paying almost nothing for a 30 pack. RJ.
Yes, you're paying almost nothing. I'm glad you used the word almost there, because it is nothing. I'm asking myself. My question is, the brands. Sometimes you hear stories that brands, just because you slap a brand on a product, you can sell it for way more. You can get the same T-shirt. I can put a random name on it, on one of the shirts, and I can put Gucci on the other, and the Gucci one will sell for a lot more than the regular one, unless the seller is not in his right mind. So the quest, yeah. So, but there are a lot of alternatives, and I do think when people see cheap prices, because you can compete on various levels, right? You can compete in pricing, in quality, and in speed. In this case, not really speed. And so a lot of the cheap beers are you have to ask yourself: are they competing in pricing, or are they cheap, bad quality? And we talked about it in the previous show, Bud Light was selling, I mean, not Bud Light itself, but certain companies were putting basically 80% discounts on 24 packs and 30 packs to sell a $30 pack for $6. What does it say about Bud Light if you put it in that same category?
Hey man, times are tough because Budweiser is being sold at the same price as Coors Light, Bud Light, Coors Banquet, and of course Michel is the highest one. So, hey man, times are tough. You're trying to sell, no one is buying, so you put it at $7 for a 30 pack. And hope people will get it. And hope people will get it. RJ, let's do some housekeeping before we continue. And we're going to talk at the second part more about the response of the CEO on this. And also how the stock is doing. But because numbers might be showing a different tale than what we see in the media.
And on social media, people commenting and
Yes, because it's getting wild. People are saying wild stuff on the social media. But before we continue, guys, of course, don't forget to hit on that like button. It really helps us get our video out there to more people. If you like this, and if you don't like this, press on the like button. It really helps us get the word out there as we're trying to spread the word
yes, the gospel.
without opening your mouth. It's great, right? It's great. What
I'm a-
else, guys?
I'm a
Of course-
ventriloquist.
or you're drunk. Anyway, whatever it is, please press on that like button. Guys, remember to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Double Thought Show. We also see that a lot of you guys watch these clips, watch our videos, our live shows, or let's call them the podcast shows, the bigger sized videos. About 95% of you guys watch them but don't subscribe or aren't subscribed. Please, guys, if you're interested in our videos, updates, and latest on this topic or similar topics that are about business, law, how to improve yourself, how to protect yourself at all times, don't forget to press on that subscribe button as we're trying to reach a goal, RJ.
Yes, we're trying to reach a goal, guys. First and foremost, we want to welcome all the new subscribers. Welcome to the Double Thinkers community. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, especially those of you who've been watching and rewatching but are not subscribed. Because by becoming one of our subs, you help us reach our goals for the channel and contribute to continuous growth and upgrades of the production of our shows. We're breaking down our bigger goals and smaller goals. So we're trying to reach 20 new subs this week. We're very close to the 300 sub mark and hope that you Yeah, I'm talking to you that have watched but are not subscribed yet. We're hoping that you can be one of those first subs. This channel's about to blow up. We're great. They just don't know it yet.
That's a shirt, by the way. That's a shirt. That shirt will come. Yes, 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 guys. And of course, don't forget to share with your friends, families, the people who drink Bud Light, the people who drink Miller Light, the people who drink Coors Light, your friends, your Mexican friends who drink Modelo, or your non-Mexican friends that drink Modelo. Share this update so they know what is happening with Bud Light. That way, I don't know if there's an enemy in sight here, but you can distract them maybe. While you drink up your beer. Anyway, guys, for the second part, we have, of course, a new. Of course, I put it totally wrong, but
That's
it
a
is
waste.
what it is.
That's a waste. Yeah.
I usually, yeah, that's the thing. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, you know how to pour it. I've seen you.
I know how to pour it.
Yeah. So
But yeah, I guess
it's not only for props, guys. This is
we drink it over here.
KR's just too excited about the. it's, it's just too excited about the mockery.
Wait till the end, guys.
Wait till the end. He
Wait
has a
till the
surprise.
end.
Yeah. I don't even know I don't even know what the end is going to be, but he told me during the show during the show prep, he bought beer and he said, RJ, I said, Karen, what are you planning on doing? He said, nah, just wait and see.
Just wait and see, guys. Just wait and see. We have a special guest for all of you. Guys, let's continue with the show because Bud Light is still being slammed on the social media. Like we said, social media, nothing has changed. They have been slammed for saying the best beer is an open beer. I mean, these days they're being slammed for anything. They can even say Modelo is the best beer, and people would say, "Shame on you! You're promoting. Are you trying to tank Modelo as well?" It's getting crazy out here, guys. It's getting crazy. People are writing down the best woman is a. Should I say a biological woman? That's what they say, guys. Don't. It's not my word. It's look at here. It says this is what the people are saying. So people are anyway. Archie, you want to say something?
Yeah, you showed that's not the only one, KR.
Yeah, I have another one as well.
Well,
Come on, man. What are we doing, guys? You rather drink that you tried before? Are you saying? Are you telling to us you've already tried it?
bum bum bum. Well, I think that
Why did you play that one?
what we can.
Come on, man. Anyway, continue. Yes, what you can.
Well, we can talk about. I mean, very shortly about the whole Miss Netherlands, thing. If you look at the comments, you get the same comments, man. You really get the same comments. So it seems to be a trend. And some people are like,
Give me a break.
other people are like,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
and yeah, at the end of the day, I think this is something that it's not something that's going away. At least the discussion, it's not the discussion that's going to go away for the time being.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a discussion that will stay here. And for Bud Light, it won't go away for at least these upcoming months. People will continue to remember them, what the mistakes they made in March, or the mistakes they made in their eyes in this case. But the Budweiser CEO thinks very different about this.
It's optimistic.
He's very optimistic. During the call, Doukeris spoke extensively about Bud Light's issue, and he started by trying to minimize the Mulvaney promotion. Let me start by clarifying a few facts. This was a result of one can. It was not made for production or sale to the general public. It was one post, not a formal campaign or advertisement.
Backtrack.
I don't know if that's a backtrack or not. Or is he trying to do a Ocean Gate? It never existed, guys. It's in your mind. There is a movie, by the way, about what's the topic about again? There's a movie about a hypnotist, basically telling people, I'm not your enemy, you're your enemy. And then the guys walk towards each other and try to. I don't know the movie. It seems like a good movie.
Is that
But
Jersey? Is that Jersey Shore? I see.
I saw
I don't remember seeing a hypnotist, but they did. There was a lot of dudes walking against each other in this.
like the NPCs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, the CEO also said Bud Light is a very important to our US business. Let me share my screen again. And it would never, I would never minimize the situation. However, seeing the context of a global company provides perspective. Basically, the Doukeris said that the company was big enough and that it could weather the current storm. The Bud Light volume decline in US over the first 3 weeks of April, as publicly reported, would represent around 1% of our global volumes for that period. So the question is this boycott even hurting the company? You gotta ask yourself that.
Yeah. I mean, I think, well, it's a company and they took preventive measures. We talked about it I don't know if it was last show or a couple of shows ago, how they fired people, they closed down certain departments and or factories.
In
So
the
of course,
US.
in the US, yeah. So of course, these are measures you take to prevent the negative consequences. So I'm not saying that there wasn't a negative consequence. I'm just saying maybe the shareholders, I haven't seen the numbers, but maybe the damage to the shareholders are minimal because of the preventive measures they took. All the sacrificial lambs that used to work there.
Yes, this is a business topic, guys. One thing you always do when you're running a business and you want to have a safe margin. In this case, they want to keep the margin up. What you do is you cut your fixed cost. That's the first thing you always do. Try to minimize the fixed cost. And in this case, they, as RJ already said, they remove the fixed cost by closing a couple of these
Departments or
factories.
factories.
Departments, factories. It even resulted, I think we talked about it last time. There was a department or a factory that was closed in Louisiana. And people were speculating that a certain person who walked into a store and walked out with a Bud Light like it was nothing, that could have been a former employee trying to get back some restitution.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, go check out the playlist. You can see it. Bud Light Thief is only one risking it all for Bud as sales drop. That's the name of the clip. But yeah, so basically you remove your fixed cost and you still can keep the margin you have, which of course will not hurt your shareholders. So it's only 1%. If you look at the larger scale, it's not that much. Of course, if it continues on, it will become a problem. Right now, it's just a blip in the whole sphere. If you keep losing margin and you keep market share, of course, that will, of course, become a bigger problem at the end of the year because you got to close the books and the books might seem not so favorable.
Yeah.
For the shareholders, because of course we're going to talk more about the shareholders later on. Actually, we can talk about the shareholders right now. How's that going for the shareholders? So basically, if you take a look at the situation back in March, the brand was at $66 per share. After the big campaign, people started to panic, as they usually do, and it went down all the way to $53. And now they're back at 58. So it seems to be gradually growing. They trust the management team to weather this storm like it's nothing. RJ.
Yeah. So you have, what did Starbucks say? When they fired a lady, you have peacetime leaders and you have wartime leaders.
Yeah, they said it. That is, guys, go check out that show.
Yeah, that's the same thing. In that show, they fired the regional manager for
Yeah.
something that happened in a local store somewhere. I mean, she wasn't there. She wasn't the one. Actually, well, to go check out that show.
Yeah. She was
But
worth 25 million while she asked for 3 million.
yeah, she asked for 3. She didn't get it. I think she got with compensation 26.
26, yes.
But yeah, it's the same thing. You have peacetime leaders and you have wartime leaders. I personally know people who are always asked to enter into boards, either executive boards or supervisory boards of companies that aren't doing well. Because oftentimes these are people who are considered ruthless, people who are considered, or they're considered to be ruthless, they're considered to be
Just the best way to say it, that are willing to make the difficult decisions.
yeah, but in favor of the company. So
course.
these aren't people that you want in peacetime, because in peacetime you want the kumbaya, you want to sing kumbaya at the fire. Was it? I forgot. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. You get my drift.
Kumbaya, my lord.
Yeah. So you want to hold hands and think of what to do, team building, team bonding. But
So yes, that's what they were doing at Bud Light. But okay, continue.
yeah, in war times when a company is doing not so good, you need someone that's cutthroat, straight to the point, goal oriented, and hey, someone that needs to take, someone that is willing to fire people to save the company, someone who's not really thinking about too much about the personal consequences of the people. Because at the end of the day, as we always say here, we like to think that we are irreplaceable, but fact of the matter is that we're not. Especially if you're in a company, you're not. You can be the top employer one day. You might keep winning awards every year. Might keep getting promotions every 6 months. Might be running interesting projects for the company you're working for. And the other day, maybe the next day, they realize, hey, you're too expensive, or we don't need you anymore, or we can replace you with ChatGPT, and then it's over.
Pack your stuff. You have
Pack your
5
stuff.
minutes.
And with a CEO like that, steering the ship, the Bud Light ship, I can imagine him being comfortable because he's looking at his balance sheet thinking, we have a lot more debt weight that we can offer. We can offer up. Yeah.
Yeah, and the question is how this will continue because people are piling on. People are piling on in the anti Bud Light group. So they have, like you said, there's still enough meat on the body to remove. Others are piling on. We have, of course, more people piling on. Bud Light has just made a new powerful enemy. I don't know how powerful he is, though. His polls have been a bit Willy Wonka, and not the right Willy Wonka. The imbalanced Willy Wonka. They are talking about Ron Desantis as he takes on Bud Light. As the article says from Daily Mail, DeSantis urges Florida pension fund managers to probe beer giant AB InBev, which is Anheuser-Busch, for putting social agenda ahead of shareholders' interest with the campaign. The question is, will this have any results? I can say my opinion about this. I don't think so, because as you could see, it has had a. I mean, the stock went clearly down. I can share it again, guys. The stock really went down, but it seems to be soaring up again. So, and by the way, if you look at a year ago, the same time period, just so you know, guys, a year ago it was at 54.27. So they're doing better than a year ago. They are doing better than a year ago. $4.
Yeah.
I don't know what Ron is doing. I don't know if he's doing this for poll numbers. Obviously, probably he's doing for cloud, but I don't know if this is going to result in anything. RJ.
I think it's for cloud. I also think that that has to do with, I mean, everything a politician does is probably has to do with cloud, especially a politician that is trying to, or that might run for president, for the head office. So yeah, that's, I don't really, I just think it's just a publicity. Well, it's just for cloud. It's just for
It's
cloud.
for cloud. He's trying to get his name out there because he's not doing, the polls have been not in his favor.
Unfavorable, yeah. And he was soaring a couple of months ago.
Months ago, yes. Beginning of the year, he was really when the think it was the rate at the the Trump stuff.
Yeah.
Back then we was really getting a lot of popularity. It was going up, but right now it's going down, and we have his name is Rifesh, I think.
Yeah,
Indian guy.
someone else running. Yeah. But I think, yeah. So that's what I believe. So I don't think I think it's more something he's saying for clout, but not necessarily. I mean, he's a politician at the end of the day. So
Vivek. His name is Vivek. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think. Will this have any result? Do you think it will pan out for Ron in this probe, or is it just a random try to get some clout? Because other people are also trying to get clout. It's
everyone's
not
trying to.
going on. Everyone is trying to pile on because PETA. Guys, you wouldn't imagine this, but PETA, the well-known PETA, who's against anything against animals. I'm not gonna say the word abuse or cruelty. I don't know which one I don't know if you can use that word on YouTube, but they are also piling on. As it's said by this article, PETA sends sends a letter to Kid Rock. They basically said the following. This morning, PETA sent a letter to Kid Rock asking him to take a stand against Budweiser for mutilating Clydesdale horses it uses for marketing tools, including one they apparently named after him. So there is a horse named Kid Rock. By removing the beer brand from his Nashville restaurant, Kid Rock's big ass honky tonk rock and roll steakhouse.
Yeah. So now I know what type of horse Lil Nas X has, because I didn't know the name of the horse. I just called it, but now I know what the horse's name is. Apparently, it's a Clydesdale horse. You learn something new every day, KR.
Every day. And you also learn a thing or two about the situation because we talked about it last time. We said, we're not sure. Is this a setup? Apparently, I think PETA went to the honky tonk to see for themselves if they can buy Budweiser or Bud Light. And chances are, when they ordered, no one said.
What do you mean by that?
No one also said.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And no one thought.
It's a trap!
They all said, coming right up. Hey, man, Kid has still not responded to this. Just be honest, man. I think we talked
But it
about
can't
it before.
talk.
What?
It can't talk.
Find a horse translator, I guess. But in the meanwhile, we should talk to the real kid,
The kid, yeah.
the human kid, the kid that basically started
The whole yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
Also for clout.
Yeah.
Kid, just tell the truth. I signed the contract. Guys, I was pump faking.
Yeah.
I thought I was the quarterback of the year, but
Oh.
I choked.
Yeah. Yeah, the David. I mean, if Kid Rock would be a David fighting against Goliath, taking him down. In the past, well, actually, it's the same story because I think in the past, of course, they didn't have anything else but slingshots. So Kid Rock destroyed Goliath with a modern day slingshot.
Kid Rock was basically acting, hey guys, this is the new brand. While in secret, he was just taking this one.
Oh, you have one. Oh,
And he was basically
say it ain't so. Kid Rock, say it ain't so.
he was standing there, or he was removing himself from the camera. That explains why he had so many cases still when he was bucking at him. Bum, 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 bum. Because he still is doing. Cannot do it, guys. Can do it. Should I do it?
Just one. Just one. One's not gonna do anything. The Reggie Miller. He did the Reggie Miller. He did. He did the Reggie Miller.
Guys, what happened
Yo,
to my drink course?
yo, yeah, yeah.
I'm back,
The-
guys. Jesus.
The snapping, man. Oh man.
I'm back, guys. I'm back. But yeah, Kid was.
Kid was
Guys, it's all a joke, but of course.
yeah. Kid wasn't. Yeah. Yeah, but
Don't
Thank-
make me drink it again, guys. Please don't.
thank God you didn't. Thank God you didn't tell me about this, man. Before I would have shot the idea down. Come on. Oh man.
God.
No, but and it goes back to all what we always say. At the end of the day, it's all business. It's all money,
Yeah.
and
Money
it's
talks.
money talks at the end of the day. And the people. If you don't watch out, you will choose a leader, or choose an idol, or choose someone to look up to or to follow. In this case, a lot of people followed Kid Rock, and they were like, yeah, we believe what Kid Rock said and did
He's the
was
leader
good.
of the freedom.
He's the leader of freedom. I mean, we need to follow him. I agree with what Kid Rock did. And shortly after, it was revealed that Kid Rock, or at least his restaurant, allegedly is still selling the beer. And there you are. You might have broken up friendships, years-long friendships, all because you followed someone else. And what's the point of this? Come on, man. What's the point?
What? I'm just drinking this normally.
I am worrying. What's the point of the? What's the point? So this is the most important thing, and I think this is something that everyone should do for themselves. Look for yourself. Ask yourself what's important. Ask yourself. Try to figure out what you think about something. Anything, any topic, and whatever you think might not necessarily be 100% with what other people think. And that's okay. Oftentimes, what happens is that people don't have opinions of themselves, and they go look for people who they look up to. And these aren't good people or bad people, just regular people just like you and I. They might be celebrities, but they still bleed just like you and I. Still put their socks on one feet at a time, just like you and I. And they will follow their advice or their way of thinking instead of thinking for themselves. And that's all we're saying here on the Double Touch Show. At the end of the day, you see people got mad, people boycotted it, boycotted the company. They thought they did the company harm, and they did do the company harm. But it's a company. What did they do? Close factories, fired people. Because at the end of the day, they're not stupid either. They're so whether you boycott it, whether you don't boycott it, whether you drink it, whether you don't drink it, whether you buy it or whether you don't buy it, at the end of the day, make sure it's just your choice. And you do it because you believe in it. You believe it to be right or wrong. It's not our place to tell you what you should believe or shouldn't believe, but stay awake. Don't stay woke, guys.
Don't
Stay awake.
woke. Don't be anti-woke and be woke at the same time.
Stay awake. Stay vigilant and protect your thoughts and opinions. Protect your mind. Because no one else gonna care for you more in this life than you. No one else should care more about you than you. So I think this topic, I mean, it speaks for itself.
Yeah, the more you sit here and you analyze the whole stuff, you see smoky mirrors all over the place. And at the end, I do totally agree with you on that, RJ. You're the only one who can make the choice, the best choice for you. Following people blindly without due diligence or whatever, knowing what they because at the end of the day, before I end my sentence, Kid Rock was basically opposing to something. He was contractually what we think he's contractually bound to. So he can release bullets on thousands of cases, but he cannot stop selling the beer at his honky tonk because he will get a fine. The fine will probably be above the 100,000, and then what is he gonna do?
Yeah, well, that can be the case. Let's say if he has a contract, but whether he has a contract or not, if it's true that he is selling the beer, whether it's because he has a contractual obligation, whether or not it's because the customers say, "Hey, we still want that beer," whatever the reason, maybe they have a warehouse full of Bud Light packs that, of course, they cannot return, and they need to buy it in order to get revenue and pay their bills and pay their people and to enjoy profits. Whatever the reason is, what is important is that, hey, don't believe everything you see. Don't follow everything someone tells you to do. And if you have a mentor or a guru, if you have a mentor, that's good. But you still need to think for yourself. And if you have a guru, you might need to watch out. Then be extra vigilant.
Be vigilant. Guys, we have a clip about that. If you search it on our channel, we have actually a show, right? About gurus setting their followers up. Gurus.
Yeah, it's a full show. It's an old show. I think it was
a very old show.
Yeah.
We talked about the top G back then.
Yeah.
And people didn't like it. And what seems to be a couple of months later, voila. That's all I'll say. For those who know. Some things are being revealed now.
Also, might also be a story to cover, but let's see how that play develops. Skip.
That is going to develop one way. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
But I get at the end of the day, yes, it's I don't think there's probably going to be also a closing, probably a closing episode on Budweiser. Unless something dramatic happens, I don't see the anything else. Maybe Kid Rock reveals next week that or this week that he well, probably next week, but it's probably already Thursday. So probably by next week he reveals that he's selling it because he's contractually bound. I don't know
Yeah.
if we're gonna cover it, but guys, I
No,
think there's not much more thing here, unless it's really there is a very drastic thing happening. So probably it's going to be the closing of this chapter.
yes. I think if something happens, there's gonna be an update, man.
Yeah, it's going to be an update.
Yes.
Maybe an update with other updates.
Maybe. We'll see.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yes, yes. Hey guys, with that being said, we want to thank each and every single one of you for tuning in to today's show. Whatever your thoughts are, please let us know in the comment section below. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, share the video with your friends, your family, and of course your enemies. And don't forget to comment and tell us what you think where you think we're right and where you think we're wrong. Let us know your thoughts and opinions as well. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel because it's very important to us. It's important to grow the channel. You subscribing is important for the channel to grow. It's necessary for the channel to grow, but it's also important because it helps to grow the production of our shows and this channel. As KaiR always says at the end of the show,
But I can only show you the door.
And behind the door was KR testing all three beers. And you're going to ask yourself probably, which one tastes better? I would say, to be honest, here at Double Touch Show, we're always honest to you guys. Miller was 1, Bud Light 2, Coors 3. Thank you for watching, guys.
all right. Hey, let's have a healthy conversation in the comment section below. Sponsors who want us to test and rate their products can email us at doubletouchshow@gmail.com. We can maybe create, just throw away these books and put the merch so you can promote here.
Or we can stand like this the whole show.
Yes, that's a great idea. You can stand like that the whole show. Let's have a healthy conversation
Guys,
in the comment section below, and we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time,
peace.
peace.